same point on this show, right? The lighthouse isn't visible on a sphere. It's not there. You can't see it. You can't see the tippy top of it, as Alex asserted, before looking it up on his phone, because he asserts things from incredulity. You can't see it. It's not there. It's not visible. We ain't ever seeing it. It's behind the curve of the Earth. And, as stated, it is 165 feet behind a wall, and it is 650 feet below your feet. It is impossible to see. No one's ever going to see that lighthouse, including Alex. He's just talking crap when he claims that you can see the tippy top of it, because he wants to obfuscate this very simple fact that you can't see it. You're never going to get to see it, Alex. It's not there. That's simple reality. Whether or not you choose to accept it and choose to obfuscate and talk over and distract from this uncomfortable
I'm the one
detail.
talking over him, I know. Do you even listen back to your shows, man? I've sat here quietly. I listen to what you say. You can't even.
Alex, talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
You just said that at 2:20 the lighthouse is gone. That means that the horizon.
Nathan has been so triggered. Kat's trying to just explain to him one point about the observation of the lighthouse, and he just will not let him talk. It's fucking unbelievable.
That would then match what we see in the evidence, right? But what do we actually see in the evidence? That's not what we see. So if you argue that we bring back the tippy top,
Hang on, is this little dot here the lighthouse we're talking about?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Is that it?
Okay. That's Mackle Lighthouse. So what you're
And then
saying,
that's the horizon's and that's the black there is the water.
but you're saying that for this to match real world, that you can bring back the tippy tops of it, therefore refraction's done it. The horizon has to be where that line is, because that would be the tippy tops of it. But in actual real world, the horizon is there. So refraction isn't bringing back enough of the image to match what we see. Do you agree?
It is.
No.
So
how do I know
account
what the
for-
refraction was on that day?
But
Says on your
according to the standard
calculator.
so what you're saying is that you agree that standard refraction doesn't bring it back, but you need to go into non-standard refraction.
Well, hang on. So how much does it say the non-standard refraction is on there? With
There
standard
is no
refraction?
non-standard refraction on the calculator.
Oh, no,
We've just got
Nathan,
refraction.
you're too triggered, man. We can't have a
No,
conversation.
Alex. I'm explaining it to you because you're
It's
dumb
Riley's
and
show.
you've been here. We've done 160 shows on it. Now you're saying you need to look at the height.
No, we can't
After
talk.
telling me
Nathan.
we can
You're
see
too
it on a
triggered,
globe.
man. You need to calm down,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't need to calm
If you're not
down.
gonna
When
be
you've
polite,
told
it's
me
no
that we
point.
can see the
Count to 10,
tippy top of it
Alex.
on a globe, and we can't. You can't see it. It's a geometric
Okay.
impossibility, as
One.
I've stated 100 times, and you've denied that fact. I said it was a fact. It is a fact. You can't see it on a globe. It's a geometric
Yeah,
impossibility.
but you just said it, Nathan. I just wanted you to just show it to me, and you wouldn't do it. All you want to do is be mean and nasty to people.
I said
All you
it's
had
a
to
fact.
do is just
It's a
do what
fact.
Riley's done and say,
It's a
look,
fact.
here
You
you
just
go.
didn't want
It's
to
actually a
accept
little-
it.
It is a little bit under.
Now we've
We're talking
proven
about
that
7
fact
feet
to you.
here.
The fact
Yeah, but
remains
look.
the same. I'll tell Alex. The fact hasn't changed. It's still, as stated by me, a geometric impossibility to see it on a sphere.
Very close to the horizon, the top of
Not
the
very
lighthouse.
close to the horizon.
Yes,
A
it
geometric
is.
impossibility
I mean,
to see.
yeah, even with your
It is
observer
not
height, 80 feet, 100 feet,
geometrically
120 feet, it's still
possible
close to the
to
horizon.
see.
Right, the point I was making, Alex, is if we're going to go with the 167 feet of refracted hidden, that's the value that's hidden by the horizon. So we know that the according to what it says, we know that the lighthouse is 75 feet in height. Agreed?
What, from the bottom? No, I don't know, actually. No, is it?
The height is 75 feet of the actual building of the lighthouse.
So the focal height is 213 feet.
Focal
So-
height's
includes
irrelevant.
everything
We're
that
not
goes
looking
down
at
to
the
the water
light,
level.
Alex. Try and
So,
ignore the
yeah,
focal
that's
height.
what I mean.
The
So I
light's
thought
not
the
on.
height. Oh, so you're saying, yeah, the height of
Light's
the
not
building
on.
is 23 meters.
The light isn't
Nathan,
on.
just calm down.
No
It's not,
light, Alex. No
it's not worth
light.
doing this to yourself, mate.
So what I'm saying is, if we take the 213 feet minus the 75 off the lighthouse,
I love how Nathan just interrupts people and has to emphasize his words just to try and belittle someone when he's got no idea what the fuck he's talking about himself.
Oh my god. Okay, let me write it down. God damn it.
so we have to go into the non-standard refraction, right? This is the bit where it becomes perverse.
You're brave, Cat. It's why everyone's stowed away, mate.
To show that we would see a little bit, yeah. But I'm still not that far off what you're saying. The oh god, I just saw Ali B writes Reed's chat and I read the chat. The refraction's hardly anything really. We're talking about just bringing the building back 23 meters roughly,
Yeah,
plus a bit of the
what I'm
rocks
saying-
underneath.
What
that's
you're
not what we're
saying
talking
to-
about.
30, 40 meters.
No,
Alex, what
that's
you're
not
saying is we're
talking
talking about just bringing the building back, and what I'm saying is even with the refracted hidden, we're not bringing the building back because there's still 167 feet of refracted hidden. That's not bringing back the building. It's still obscuring the building, but we see the building. So however high you want, wherever you want to put this to represent that value, we still see more than it. So it
Your
means that
math
you have
is
to go into
wrong.
non-standard refraction.
Well, yeah, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but you're saying like we have to bring 160 feet back. But if the building's only 75 foot, right, and the focal height is 213 foot, there seems to be a hell of a lot missing still.
No, there's a lot more in the evidence.
No, why is there so much missing? Is my point. If we're talking about how much we need to bring back, I'm talking about why can't we need to bring all of it back, right?
Yeah, but when you're bringing back the lighthouse, you're bringing it back from the bottom. You're not bringing it back from the top. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Because
from the yeah, coming from the bottom, yeah, it's going up.
yeah, because the horizon's dropping, so you've got to bring back the whole of the lighthouse at 75 feet to match what we see, and some of the rocks underneath.
Some of the rocks, but not all. But yeah, this is the problem. Like, where's all of the rocks? You know, there is something being hidden. So, yeah, we can argue about the refraction, which we don't know how much it was at the time.
Well, we know that
The ultimate point is there's something hidden, which it shouldn't be if it was flat.
But,
You know,
well, Sly Sparkanus helped us recently. He told us that it wasn't curvature that we were looking at. He told us that it was a bit of mirage. I think he called it inverted reflection or something of that kilter, but it wasn't curvature. So maybe you should go and ask Sly Sparkanus.
Well, I don't know. I don't really listen to Sly, but I just
Well,
I don't.
I could bring it up if you wanted. Would you like to see his comment?
Yeah, let's have a look. It's got to clear this up.
Okay. So I'm just trying to remember where his comment was. Which
Steve
video.
Anthony, shout out.
Sperm bag fucking chemo just sits there and asks the dumbest shit.
From my video itself, because I can't remember which video it was in off the top of my head. Sly.
Funny that comes up on your suggestions, Riley. You've been watching a lot of the debate server.
Huh?
You've been watching a lot of the debate server, flat Earth debate, flat Earth and more.
Of course he has, Cat. Of course he has.
So Sly says, I'm going to get to the part of the video where it says it so I can read it. So, Sly says, come on, hopefully I'm going to highlight it and show you. I ask him what the current science is to explain why the land on the north side appears to be floating. And then he responds, after a while, and he says, Scott Beach thinks that Fata Morganas are inferior mirages. We'll ignore that bit. Then he says, just trying to find, there we go. So, you guys claim that it is dirtier. This is in reference to the floaty land, which previously you guys say is the curvature of the earth that's obstructing it. But you guys claim that it is dirtier or whatever, and that was done intentionally so that we didn't use a scientific phrase that someone could trip us up with a semantical interpretation.
Oh, I thought it was scientific.
Instead.
Yeah.
But then he says, which from the observer would appear as an obstruction, not a reflection. So what he's saying is that we can see an obstruction to the observer, which is what we call dirtier. So he's describing it as an obstruction, which previously was described as curvature. So he's now acknowledging that there is something that's obstructing us, our sight, but it's not curvature. So what I'm saying is, we see it all over the image. We see it with the lighthouse, we see it with the floaty land. There is an obstruction there, but it's a reflection according to Sly. But it appears as an obstruction, not a reflection.
It's the obstruction formerly known as curvature.
Sure.
Right, but it's now known as dirty air.
No, it was known as dirty air because we didn't know what the current science was. But what Sly's
Oh,
saying
it's
is that
Nathan's Wall? I think we should go back with Nathan's Wall. I think it's a great name.
Yeah, it's the
But
obstruction
What a great
formerly
word,
known
mate.
as curvature.
But the point was, getting to the conclusion of the point is that whatever the perception is with regards to the refraction, it brings back it just brings
Love
back
it
to
how
the
these
tops of it, but the
dickheads from
horizon is basically
fucking
here.
little old
You see
fucking
the
England
horizon
reckon
is
that
down
they
here
can
somewhere.
trump the
I
whole
know,
of
but it's such
mankind.
a tiny amount you're arguing over. I mean, and the
No,
fact is,
no,
you
no.
it doesn't
No,
show
no.
a flat Earth. We're just
No,
saying,
no.
oh, there should be more convert.
Sorry,
Like,
I want
Yeah,
to
is there
arrogant.
more refraction? Isn't there more
I want to
refraction?
say
Is
this again,
refraction
Alex.
real?
Sorry,
I mean,
I
that's
know
all
you
we're
want
talking
to troll
about.
the living daylights out of me whenever I say this, but I don't care. So, it's not a small amount. It's 650 feet below your feet, and is having to be projected up to sit on top of the horizon in perfect proportions. It's not a small amount, it's a 650-foot hologram.
It's just not, though, is it? I mean, do you agree with that, Riley?
He's right.
Do you think it's
It's a
650
fact.
feet below your feet,
Yeah.
and that's how much hologram is coming up? 650
Yeah.
feet.
According to your
Even though the
model,
follicles-
According to your
no, but
model.
Alex, again, according to your model, yes, that's what it implies.
I mean, look. I mean, that's a good picture, actually.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
seeing all of the
Where's
light,
the rest of that?
and we're seeing down to somewhere about here. Well, there's a little bit down at the bottom which we can't account for. But if you're saying that's the curve of the Earth, your model puts the curve up here somewhere. So either it's
Right.
much bigger than what we're
Doesn't,
told.
no, that's not
or
right.
it's not
Anthony,
curvature.
that's not correct. That's
so the
not
curve
where
is-
that's not. Sorry, I want to correct that. That's not where their model puts the curvature of the Earth. That's a refracted value. They've got all sorts of bending light doing that. The curvature of the Earth is such that you wouldn't see any of this lighthouse, as I've said probably 17 times on this show. Seeing it is a geometric impossibility on a
No,
sphere.
it's
You
not.
can't see it because there's 165.
The Earth doesn't curve up in front of you, Nathan, you fuckwit. You're on top of the so-called hill. You look down. You're looking down. Fucking spastic.
I got it right.
No.
He's right. The horizon's like just above the lighthouse, kind of
No,
thing.
Alex, what you're not doing is you're not realizing that I'm playing both cards at once. I think one card, one play, which is to do with the bulge and the obstruction from the observer. What I'm saying is, if we apply your maths, this is what we should not see. So I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with Nathan. I'm side to it, which is even when you apply your maths, this is not brought back.
Yeah.
Nathan's
No, I
being
agree-
very
I agree with you,
triggered,
the
so
horizon
Riley's
is
taken
just above
over.
the lighthouse, maybe, from your calculations.
Did you hear that term though, Alex? Brought back?
So,
Yeah,
very triggered.
What do you
called
think that
refraction.
means?
I believe in it, Nathan.
What do you
It's a
think
real thing.
brought
I
back
learn about it.
means though, Alex? What do you think brought back means? Do you think it means we can just see it? We can just see it anyway, right?
Makes everything look a bit flatter.
So brought back means we can't see it because it's not there. It's on the other side of the curve. So it's being,
it's like
quote,
when-
brought back by refraction because it isn't there. It's a 650-foot hologram.
You know, like when you put your toothbrush in water or something, and then like the toothbrush is like all big and stupid. It's not like there, but it is there. It's not there. You know what I mean? Refraction. I don't know. This is what I learned at school.
Yes, that's right, Alex. The toothbrush that you see isn't necessarily the actual toothbrush.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah, yeah,
optical
yeah.
representation of something that isn't actually in the position you think it is. Like this lighthouse. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
650
It's
foot
like a real world thing.
It's a 650-foot representation of something that isn't there because it's obscured by a 165-foot wall and 650 feet below your feet. It's a 650-foot hologram perfectly represented on the horizon. So
I mean,
you're
the
saying it's
650
just a
feet,
small
is
amount.
this-
No, it has to bend the light to bring something that's 650 feet below your feet up to sit on top of the horizon in perfect proportions.
I think you confuse yourself all the time. The
Not
650 feet
confused.
thing, 'cause-
You don't understand, Alex, because you're slow.
it's just
That's been
obvious.
demonstrated on many occasions.
Because it's not really 650-foot wall. It's not a wall for a start.
No, it's
You're
a
high up. It's just a drop.
165
It's a
foot
drop.
wall, Alex. Why are you now confusing me when I've said it many, many times on this show?
I think
Go down to the
what
board. Go down. Go down to the
Alex.
actual board.
Alex,
So you can see the.
I think what Nathan's in a roundabout way of saying is that there is an obstruction that covers the whole of the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And even if you can bring it back using refraction, ultimately, from our perspective, the light doesn't bend from behind the curve of the Earth. So from our perspective, that
Yeah.
makes fantasist who believes
Yes.
that is there that isn't actually there.
Shout out to Woz and Vane as well. Stopping traffic, you're a wanker. Tom, you're a junkie.
So we can't
not-
really
I
see
don't know,
it. So we
technically,
can't.
but yeah, no, I accept that. I accept that, but I also
So you accept that you see something,
real-
Alex. So you accept that you see something that is not in fact really there, correct?
Yeah, it's the same thing as the toothbrush, Nathan. When you're in
Right.
the water. It's-
So finally, we've made a hologram-believing fantasist out
No,
of
no,
Alex.
you know, we talked to that hologram, Nathan. Come on. I
Well
know you can't-
done, Alex. You're now a
I- we
true,
talked to that
fully
hologram,
fledged
Team Us.
hologram-believing fantasist rather than just a retard. Well done,
Did
Alex.
you look at-
Only
Yeah,
took 140 shows.
I'm, Nathan, please let me say this on your show. A hologram, yeah, is 3D information encoded onto a 2D surface. Or like when you shine light, so like if you shine light through a 2D surface, like that's how they produce hologram. Or like the hologram you see on your credit card, something like that. That's a hologram. Just had to put that out
if you want to call it,
that one triggers.
Alex, it's okay, my friend. Now we've got there,
Holographic
I'm quite
device,
happy.
bro.
No longer triggered. Now we've got Alex to accept
thank you.
that it's basically looming, or what
Yeah,
else?
I've always
It's
accepted
it's a mirage. He doesn't like the word hologram. I don't give a shit what word you call it in your
I like
fantasy,
the word
Alex. You're
hologram.
still a fantasist, my friend. You believe you are seeing something that is not really there. You've reached
So are you,
the high
Nathan.
levels of nickel and rumpus and what's the other guy, the Aussie guy, the bin man? What's his name? Paul Voigt.
Bin
You're
Man.
now at the same level as Paul
come
Voigt.
on, Paul.
You are a fully paid up, fully fledged fantasist, my friend.
I wish
Well
someone
done,
would
Alex.
pay me.
You must be proud.
Alex.
Where do
So
I get
proud.
the check? Is it NASA? Yeah.
Alex, have you seen this clip about this newsman telling everybody about Joshua Nowicki's video?
Oh yeah.
And the next words out of his mouth, you can't hear it because it doesn't come through on the speech. But what
Okay.
he says, the next thing out of his mouth is, "What you see is the mirage," which is essentially what you're saying. What we see here,
Yeah.
the mirage. You realise
Okay,
that, right?
maybe it was because this I do remember this one when I was a flat earther and I looked into this. This one was a mirage, right? Because you can't see this all the time.
Yeah, but
can't.
you're saying this is a mirage as well.
That's
Yeah,
what we're
but
saying
this,
here,
this
Alex.
is actually good evidence of
What?
a mirage, right?
So
Because
Alex is
this
saying you
one-
can't see it all the time, so it's being
Again, just
loomed
interrupting me.
650
Fucking hell, no.
feet from beyond your view, Alex.
Well,
You
not
get
the
it
600.
now?
You're an
You get
idiot,
it now?
Nathan. You're an
You're
idiot.
still a bit confused with that one, Nathan, but I think you'll get there eventually. But this one's a good example, right? Because you can't always see this thing, right? So that proves that because if the Earth was
Proves
flat,
the
and you could see
hologram.
it because
Yeah,
it's there.
you tell us
No,
all
because
about.
Nathan, you say
Now
you see it
you've
because it's
stepped into the
there.
level of
Well, then how
rumpus,
come that
Alex.
thing's not
Now
always
you
there?
try and
Why
convince
does
Shut
us.
up,
Now
Nathan.
you
Shut
try and convince me that it's a hologram, my
up.
friend. Now the
Nathan,
tables have
shut
turned, haven't they, Alex?
up.
Why
I'm
not?
gonna
It's
talk
not
over you in
telling
my
me about
video
me being a
and
hologram
just
believing
let
fantasist
Alex
because you
talk
finally
because you
realise
are an
that
absolute
it's
idiot. So I'm
you
just gonna
who
keep
is the
talking
hologram-believing
until Nathan
fantasist.
shuts up.
It's
Okay,
you
that's
You
fine, you
who
can
dickhead.
needs slightly
Moron.
looming, non-standard refraction high
Moron.
save
Hey,
grass because you
don't
can't
you
see
dare
the
talk
bloody
about high
wheel.
and like that.
It's
I'm
not
an honorary
physically
member of the
there.
high-
It's a geometric impossibility, Alex.
I'm
You
an
finally
honorary
got the
member of
penny to
hyenas,
drop.
bro. There's not many
I
of them.
do love stupid people.
Well, I'm an honorary member of the
That's
hyenas.
why I
But
come
Nathan,
and
if
watch you,
refraction and stuff's not
Nathan.
real, so when we make these observations, why don't you make them again and again and again, and then see if they're the same
We have.
every time? If it's
Ranty's
just
Because
there,
gone
I'm
but
not.
if you
We
see
have.
it-
We
hang
have.
on, can I
Do it
We
finish?
somewhere
have.
else.
We
Can I
have.
finish?
We've gone back. Ranty's made
No.
the same observation of the same
What, the
lighthouse
same
in the same
spot, and it's
position on a
exactly
different
the
day.
same. And
Why
have you
aren't you
laid them
listening
over
to
and
me?
shown that?
Why aren't you
Or have you
listening
done
to
one
me?
over the day? Why don't you
Why
do a time
aren't you
lapse
listening
over the
to
day?
me? Why haven't you just acknowledged that I've just
'Cause you
confirmed
just keep
they have gone
talking,
back and
Nathan.
taken the exact
Yeah, I
same
said, where is
observation?
it? How can we see it?
Oh yeah, I can show it. Would you like to see it?
Would you like to see the
let's-
same exact observation on a different
Because,
day, Alex?
and while he's bringing it up, the reason I make the point is because a lot of these observations, like the one you just pulled up, can't be demonstrated at certain, like they change. You know, they're not always the same. So if we're seeing it because it's there, why is it changing? It's because the hologram, Nathan. The holograms are crazy, bro. Glitch in the
Okay,
matrix.
what about some nighttime observations? Would they satisfy you?
No.
Well, no, I just want to see them laid over again and again to see if you're seeing the exact same thing every time.
All right, this is one that's laid over again and again. It's stacked. There's been done 21 or 25 images that have been put on top of each other to make it a
Right.
little bit more clear.
But you need to flick through them, yeah. Show me laying them on, because that's just stacked up.
So,
Right,
Alex,
this is a stacked image of 20
this is
plus
what you've
images,
asked
okay,
for.
right.
Can it be
Show-
done on a
show them
different
going
day?
on, like in a video,
Here it is on a
on-
different day, Alex.
No, I can't show the stacking process because I
That's what I
didn't do
need to
it.
see. Well, that's
That's
but
all
that's
right.
what you need to show to prove
Well, we
it,
can show
isn't it?
you a
Because you need to
single.
stack
No,
we can,
no,
will
no.
a single still do you, Alex? A single still from the stack, a single photograph. Will
Okay,
that be
yeah,
acceptable?
yeah. Okay, so do you know why I would say, like, just from looking at that, it's a problem? Why does the lighthouse seem to go all the way to the horizon?
Different
No.
levels of refraction on the
Well,
day.
this is the point, Nate, that I'm making, Riley.
Well,
Thank
the
you.
point is, it's not like dropping behind the curve and coming back up again, dropping behind the curve,
Well,
coming back
if
up again.
it's there
It's still
because it's-
there.
Yeah, but if it's there because it's there, why are we seeing it different places?
We're
Why
not.
is it changing?
We're
Well,
not.
we are,
It's
different
not
levels
in a
of
different
refraction.
place. It's in exactly the same place on a different day in different conditions, Alex.
Yes.
My
that's the
hat goes
point.
off to your cat. You're doing
Different
very well.
conditions make a difference to how we observe it. So
Yeah, but
therefore,
Alex,
it isn't just there.
Dealing with
because
these
it's
two
there.
dickheads.
The conditions make a difference to how we observe it.
Alex, would you agree though that we see that like there's the lighthouse itself, and the building that's to the right would be this building that's to the right, and we see that in the image. So we are seeing the lighthouse, and we are seeing now this has been stacked. Ranty's got all the originals that were sent over to the bloke that stacked it, and we've had it stacked with 25, 21 images, and that's the level of the improved level of visibility that we see on the image. We can see all the fields, we can see the houses, but that lighthouse is an issue.
Was you getting better, mate? You're getting there. Just a bit more oomph.
And that this is mirage, it means that the rest of the mountain itself is also mirage because it has to be all brought up by the distance of the lighthouse. So really, Snæfell Pike or whatever this peak is here isn't really there. It's actually here. It's
Not really there.
Yeah, but it's not a uniform refraction going upwards, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, it would have
less
to.
and less.
The picture
because the
presents
atmosphere
itself,
I can
Alex,
choose
as a
up
perfect
English and spits it
representation.
out.
Absolutely perfect. It's a 650 foot hologram that's
The-
perfectly
the-
represented in scale. So anyway,
Stood.
because we have approximately half an hour left on this one.
You were not stood. You were standing. I was standing, not I was stood. Fucking dickhead. Sorry, but that's really cheesing me.
Inside the show while it's live, and a link in the info box. Join the panel. Please mute the page you are currently
Join
watching,
the
and then click
panel.
in the info box to join the discussion. and
Nathan,
express your views
stuttering
on the
idiot.
shape of the Earth. There are a couple of rules. Please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to join the show using soft accounts. We will develop that on the next stream. Also, share the show, as sharing the show increases the live audience, which in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you are new to the channel or you have not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell
Don't
notification
subscribe.
icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. There is approximately 30 minutes left on this live stream.
So I'm sure people want me to ask you to clear this up, Riley. So didn't you say you threw a 66 foot tape measure over the cliff, and there was like room for it to hit the bottom, but then later you threw like over 100 foot tape measure to the bottom. You measure 111 foot.
Locations.
Love it that Dale pops into this chat
The
too.
66
Never
foot
joins.
one was halfway up, where
It's
he did
water,
his
water,
observation to the side of the caravan.
Water. In me bathtub and water. Dickhead.
And the highest observation point, the tape, the longer tape, was able to reach the bottom, but the shorter one wasn't.
Right. So, but the one you took the observation from was the higher one, wasn't it?
I didn't take the observation.
Oh, well, the one that Riley took the observation is the higher point, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
But Nathan said to me that I'll probably still see that lighthouse at the lower observation. And the next time I go up there, if the weather's good enough, that's exactly what I'm going to try and do.
This has been going long enough. Nathan was getting pretty triggered. Alex come on, Cat Earth, and was just inquiring about a few things with the observation height in the lighthouse, and just it triggered Nathan quite well that it caused me to record this video, but yeah, as you can see, it's still a clusterfuck. Chat is toxic as always. A few newbies in there I haven't seen before, so Nathan's definitely doing damage. That's hilarious. Someone's made their name a Discord link. Don't praise Tom so much or interact with him. He's this guy's head's on a stick, man. Lottie, as always, trying to provide some entertainment. This is really... I don't know why I'm watching this shit. Probably because Nathan's so stupid, he's amusing. Anyway, be sure to check out some of the videos. The drifting game videos are a hell of a lot more entertaining than most of this shit. So, yeah, just watch me play games. Peace!